Welcome back. Once you've completed the 4 steps, you're ready to get started on the content for this course. Remember that this course is designed to provide support for your curriculum math course. Therefore, it's very important that you do the work in this course for each chapter or unit before you work on the corresponding unit in your curriculum math class. Remember, this course contains prerequisite skills. That means that these are the skills that you need prior to doing the work in your curriculum level course. It's important that you pay close attention to the checklist of assignments and the due dates that we went over earlier in the previous video. Let's begin with the first chapter or module. So for this course, the very first module is chapter 2. Yours may begin with unit 1, chapter 1, but whatever the first one is, they're all laid out the same. So remember, first of all, you can use a calculator on all of your assignments. So the first thing in your module will be a list of support skills. So it's going to just take a minute to read over it, and it's going to kind of remind you of the different things that you'll be covering in this module. Then you can click the next button. The next page will always contain a support checklist. So this is the assignments that you're going to do for this specific module. So notice in this one, this is the very first module, it says complete the orientation of MyMathLab assignment in MyMathLab. Make sure you watch the video and then answer the questions that follow. So that's the very first thing you're going to need to do. So when you go to MyMathLab, you'll click on Assignments, and from Assignments, you'll click on Orientation to MyMathLab Plus. You'll complete that assignment, and then you can see what to do next. So going back to Canvas, it says complete the Chapter 2 support check in MyMathLab. Now remember, this assignment doesn't count for a grade, but the better you do on it, the less homework you'll have. So I went ahead and I actually took this Chapter 2 support check. So let's do C-score. So you can see I made a 36 on it. So I didn't do super great, but I did get a few problems right. So let's look at what problems I did get correct. If I go to the grade book and I look at my support check, there's a review button. So I click the review, and from here, there's a drop down. I can see that I got the first 4 questions right, and then the rest of the questions I got incorrect. So keep that in mind, all right? I answered the first 4 questions correctly, and I missed the others. So obviously, I need a little bit of help on these skills. Whatever skills were covered in questions 5 through 11, I need some help on those. So let's go back to Canvas. So step 3 of Canvas says review the problems that you missed on the Chapter 2 support check. Remember, that was questions 5 through 11. And it says use this guide to help you know which videos and worksheets to complete. So if you'll click on the guide, it's going to show you, over here's a list. There were 11 questions on that assignment. I answered questions 1 through 4 correctly. So it looks like I know some things about decimal rounding and multiplying and dividing fractions. I did pretty good on those concepts. But I need some help with converting fractions and decimals, powers of 10, and scientific notation. So I need to watch the videos that are listed here in this middle column. So those several videos I'm going to watch. And then these are the actual worksheets that I'm going to use to help me learn that material. All right, I'm going to go back to Canvas. So I've used that guide. From that guide, I can watch the videos. Those videos are located in MyMathLab. So if I go to MyMathLab, Assignments, you'll see here Chapter 2 videos. So I can click on the videos, and remember, I did good on decimal rounding and multiplying fractions, but these other videos are the ones that I need to watch. So I would watch those videos to help me learn those concepts. All right, step 5 says work through the worksheets in Canvas for Chapter 2 and check your answers. So if you go through here, through this module, you'll come to the support worksheets. Now again, I answered the decimal rounding and the multiply and divide fractions correct. So those concepts I know. If I still want to brush up on them, I could work those worksheets. But I'm going to click on each of these worksheets, and the worksheets are going to start out with some instruction to kind of teach you the concept and show you some examples. And then there's some problems for you to try. So I recommend that you print these worksheets, work through them, and then you can actually check your answers. So these aren't going to be collected for a grade. You're going to work them, see what you need to help with. If the answer key, if you get something wrong when you check it with the answer key, contact your instructor and get some help on that. Now, I'm going to go back to that checklist, see what we needed to do next. So I've watched the videos, I've worked through the worksheets, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm ready to do that homework assignment. I feel confident that I can make at least an 85%. So I'm going to go to my MathLab. I'm going to go to Assignments. And notice Chapter 2 Support Homework. That's what I want to work on. So if I click here, you see I actually have a 32 already. And that's because I answered some of the questions correct on that support check. All right, up here it says, good news. You've automatically received 8 points credit for some of the topics that you mastered in the Chapter 2 support check. So the problems that have the green check marks beside them, I've already got credit for those. So you really just would need to work the questions that are in blue. So you work these questions until your score is at least an 85%. You can work through the problems multiple times. There's things there that can help you. Notice that there's a question help. You can help me solve this. There's a textbook, connect a tutor. There's a calculator there. You can ask your instructor. You can print it. You got lots of tools there to help you answer those questions. Now, I'm going to leave this and I would work that assignment and make at least an 85%. All right, so that's step 6. Step 7 is complete the Chapter 2 journal entry. So for each chapter module in your support course, you're going to have a journal entry. So you'll click on the journal entry and it's going to ask you several questions. Make sure you answer the questions. And then the rubric is down here at the bottom. Remember that you want to answer all the questions and you want to use proper grammar so that you get credit. So I recommend that you read through these questions, think about what you're going to say and how you're going to answer those questions, and then you click Submit Assignment. Once you click Submit Assignment, those questions are still up there, and then I'm going to begin to type in my response. All right, I would type my response using complete sentences. You've got bold, italics, underline, different things there that you can use. And then once you're finished, if you have a comment you need to make, you can do that. And then you click Submit Assignment. Now remember, those journal entries are very important as they are worth 60% of your grade. And the questions may ask you to go to a video. Watch a video. It may have you go to a website and take a little self-quiz and then come back and reflect. But always make sure you complete those before you move on to the specific chapter in your curriculum course. So that ends the tour of our support course. Please contact your instructor if you have questions.